Okay. Hopefully I'm live here. Alright, actually, hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, what the fuck? Making sure everything's set up right. Alright. That down. Alright, welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Carlito Santiago. And today, on a special edition, of course, today's my birthday. Happy birthday, me. We've got the Raw after WrestlePalooza, which was kind of a letdown, but we're moving forward because we're headed to Parth next. WWE Raw hit Netflix Monday night on the heels of WrestlePalooza, or off the heels, during which a new women's world champion was crowned. CM Punk and AJ Lee shut down Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. The Vision bested the Usos, and Cody Rhodes successfully defended the undisputed WWE Championship against McIntyre. So what are we going to see here on Raw? Well, I'm going to tell you that. But before I do, please, if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a stream. Anyway, the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes kicked off Monday Night Raw to discuss the upcoming Crown Jewel Championship match against the World Heavyweight Champion Seth fucking Rollins on October 11th at 8 a.m., mind you. So, if they haven't already told you, WWE is going to be in Parth on the SmackDown before Crown Jewel. So, it's going to be 8 a.m. It's going to be an 8 a.m. SmackDown, and it's going to be a 8 a.m. pay-per-view. So, you got to wake up. You can sleep in for a bit, but I would be up by like 7. I'd be up by 7. I mean, we'll be up way before. I mean, I'll be up before that because Lewis is going to be at the Lewis will be at Bound for Glory on the 12th of October in Lowell. So you guys can check him and his brother out there if you guys are going. So, yeah. Anyway, instead, the Visionary interrupted and joined him in the squared circle. He admitted that he had Crown Jewel circled on the calendar and that a match between them is bigger than just a champion versus champion match. Rollins asked, "I want the truth. What do you think of me?" I want the truth. What do you think of me? Rhodes responded with, what do I think of you? You changed my life. Crediting him for the accomplishments that he has done over, you were my shield at WrestleMania 40. You put a world championship in the Rhodes family name, validating his career by helping get the W Championship on his shoulders. Like, without Rollins, fucking Rhodes would not be champion. So it's a complete, thank you, The promo intensified from there, with Rollins taking exception to Rhodes considering himself the quarterback of WWE, stating, "You can be the quarterback, but you're not my quarterback." Rollins called himself the Alpha, but Rhodes reminded him that he has a 3-0 record against the Architect in 3 matches. That exclamation point concluded the promo as Rhodes left the squared circle untouched by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman, who Rhodes considered to be goons. This promo was the best fucking way to open up Raw. These two have great chemistry. These two have great mic skills that have improved over the years. And if this was Seth Rollins' Shield versus Cody Rhodes' fucking, Intercontinental mid-card, you guys wouldn't even think about it. These guys would still be surfing around the mid-cards, but these guys are now main event talents. And to think, about it more, like Cody Rhodes comes off as a professional, and Rollins here comes off as a well-suited champion. A different version. Like, you look at the suit, you look at the very differences, but there's so much similarities than there is differences. Rhodes formal, while Rollins more casual, let loose type of guy. I like the promo that was there. The future of WWE runs through Seth Rollins. And this is why the Vision was an idea. This was exactly what it needed to be. There was no need for overthought, booked storyline. Rollins and Rhodes has history, including the former assisting the ladder to the WWE Championship in the main event, WrestleMania 40. They both see themselves as the top in the business. Rhodes has a winning streak against Rollins. And he let him know how to play mind games ahead. A great promo. And this is an A, and you know what? It deserves the A. It deserves the fucking A. There's nothing. It deserves the fucking A that it gets. This promo was so good, and it's what it needed to do, and it's what was needed to hype up for Crown Jewel. We moved on to our first match of the evening, which was, of course, a no disqualification 6-man tag team match, which I guess was sort of fun, but for what it was worth, it was good. The weeks-long battle between the team of the War Raiders and Penta and the Union of the New Day and Grayson Waller came ahead Monday night in a no DQ 6-man tag team match. The action was hot to start, with Waller laying into Eric with kendo sticks, Penta wiping the heels out at ringside. As we got into a commercial break, comeback, Kofi drove the masked luchador through a table on the floor with a boom drop from the top rope. As the fight intensified, Penta returned the favor, driving Kingston through a table, but his momentum was halted courtesy of Waller and his trusty kendo stick. See, Penta fought him off on the top rope, though delivered a super Mexican destroyer for the victory. So great to be, and this was pretty much fun. Backstage, a fired up Jimmy Uso told Jay that he tried to get a rematch for them, but of course we got Jay and LA Knight instead. So look out for that. Elsewhere backstage, Lyra Valkyria attempted to apologize to Bayley for bargaining in and earning her wrath last week. But the role model did not remember anything about it and insisted they were good, hinting at the split personality storyline that was originally introduced in those spectacular pre-taped videos. So Bayley is really fucking, like, split. Stephanie Vakir cuts a promo. Fresh off of a historic victory over Io Sky in the show-saving match of the night at WrestlePalooza, Stephanie Vakir joined the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce in the middle of the ring for a promo. Nobody can stop me. La Primera credited the fans' support of her, as well as unwavering hard work and desire for her win. She credited her dad for being her greatest role model and vowed, "My fire will keep making history, and nobody, and I say nobody, can stop me." The segment ended with the GM announcing that Vakir will meet the winner of Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Friday on SmackDown for the Women's Crown Jewel, Championship. So, again, another A promo, and I can't wait to see who the opponent will be for La Primera, because I'm so behind La Primera right now that Stephanie Vakir is she's just amazing. The way she comes off, the personality, I'm so behind it. Bayley took on Roxanne Perez. The highly competitive match between the former NXT Women's Champions featured back-to-back action to start before Perez targeted the left knee of her opponent, controlling the action, entering and exiting the commercial. The Prodigy cut the role model off at every turn, including adding a pop rocks on the arena floor. See, now when Raquel tried to interfere on behalf of her Judgment Day teammate, Lyra Valkyria made the save, sending the heel into the ring post. Perez laid out Lyra, though awakening an enraged side of Bayley that allowed her to deliver the rose plant and a big knee for the win. Now see, after the match, Valkyria excitedly congratulated Bayley, who appeared cold and shoved the former women's IC champion to the mat. Think you can hug me? Do you know who I am? Stay out of it. Bayley exited to a crowd of boos, her former heel persona taking over. Now, of course, this is a great, and mind you, I'm going to change this grade to a B+. I think it deserves the up for the way that Bayley plays her role. Like, as you see, of course, this all went down to how it was. It awakened the evil side. So Bayley was playing it like a babyface, like she was, until, of course, Lyra was taken out, which enraged, of course, turned Bayley into the role model gimmick, right? So right after Lyra, of course, got into the celebrate, Bayley shoved her. Because remember, this isn't Bayley, this is the role model. So, again, this is just so fucking, this split two-face personality is so good. I can't wait to see what we got going. Now, I want to mention this before we get to that next match, because it's something to read about. Backstage, Roxanne Perez goaded JD McDonough into helping Dominic by facing Rusev, to which he accepted for the Judgment Day, only to learn that the Intercontinental Championship would already offered him up and had the match already officially made by Adam Pearce. Fun character stuff from Dirty Dom and hinting at reintroducing the Mysterio Perez tease. So, that's why we got this match. Offered up by Dominic Mysterio in an attempt to save his own ass, JD McDonough found himself on the receiving end of a brutal beatdown early and often by Rusev. The Redeemer punished the Iron Lung, wearing him down until the tag team champion mustered a desperate springboard moonsault ahead of the commercial break. McDonough continued to fight back against Rusev, utilizing his speed and aerial arsenal to negate the strength and fury of the Bulgarian Brute. But it wasn't enough, though. As the prospect top contender for the IC Championship fought back, blasted McDonough with a Machka kick, and applied the accolade. Mysterio froze in fear and did not help his Judgment Day teammates, and watched as he had no choice but to submit. When Rusev refused to relinquish the hold, Finn Balor made the save and criticized the IC champion for failing to look out for his friend. This was a better match than it had any right to be. McDonough's gutsy performance even had fans in fucking Indiana rooting for the tag team champion because Rusev is just so dominant. So yeah, I don't know. We're probably gonna get this in Parth, maybe, but again, Rusev. Like, is Dirty Dom playing the baby? Are we playing the babyface role here for Dom? Or what? I don't know what we're doing. Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, easy got to pick who's playing the what. Because if you're going to strap the belt to Rusev, well, you might as well fucking do it. You might as well just pull the trigger and do it now. Anyway, we're going to move on from this. It's LA Knight versus Jey Uso. And also, mind you, the main event was not LA Knight and Jey Uso, which is a little bit down. No, it's actually Rhea Ripley and Asuka, because what did we get? It was right here they mentioned it. Yeah, right back here. Backstage, Asuka and Kairi Sane interrupted Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella, congratulating La Primera, leading to the Mommy issuing a challenge to the Empress of Tomorrow for tonight. A WrestleMania 37 rematch on free TV? Let's go. So, but anyway, after weeks of tension, with tension thick enough to cut with a knife, Jey Uso and LA Knight took to the squared circle and Monday night, seeking to settle their differences. Increasingly desperate to regain his championship ways, the frustrated Uso showed great intensity, attacking Knight before the bell and beating him down in the corner. The former world champion dominated the action throughout the break, but Knight created some separation. It did not last long as his main event Jey continued his onslaught. As the megastar finally fought his way back into the match and appeared to be rolling, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed just so happened to fucking have to break this whole thing fucking up, providing a distraction that, interfering in this shit, causing distractions. So providing a distraction that Uso capitalized on, delivering a spear and a trademark splash for the win. So they fucked over LA Knight completely. I have no doubt that LA Knight should turn fucking heel. And he should turn heel. Jimmy, of course, joined Jey at the top of the ramp, imploring his brother to help him fend off the Vision and aid Knight. He did not, leaving the elder twin to grab a chair and send the heel scurrying to the floor. So, yeah. So, Uso worked as a heel here, and he did. He was aggressive and intense, and something that probably would have suited him better in his match with Gunther at WrestleMania 41, but it worked here. That's just birthday text. Birthday text, guys. Birthday text. This is a birthday stream. Okay, where was I? It worked here. And Knight, fighting from underneath, was the perfect babyface. He did the right thing by focusing on the bigger problem, as where the former champion allowed his personal issues with Knight to cloud his judgment. While Jey is a bigger focus, Knight played this perfectly and remains as over as anyone on the show. Jimmy is still the constant moral compass of the Bloodline saga, too, a role that has been important as any other throughout its 5-year run. I mean, yes. But now, we get to a main event that was going to have some implications. Weeks of intensifying issues between Rhea Ripley and Asuka, centered around Io Sky, came head when they squared off in Monday's main event. The Empress tomorrow answered everything Rhea Ripley threw at her, cutting off her momentum and maintaining the control of the match Ripley's size, though, proved problematic for the heel, as she was able to counter and escape Asuka's grasp, then deliver a senton off the apron and onto her opponent to the floor. Chants of "This is awesome" spilled from the stands as Ripley and Asuka exchanged blows late, their bodies racked with pain through a superplex from the Eradicator. Now, late in the match, Asuka unloaded with a series of kicks to the face of her opponent and added her trademark strikes, dropping Rhea to the floor. The heel ordered Kairi to take a shot at Mommy, but the pirate Disney princess refused. The bickering between teammates allowed Rhea Ripley back into the match, but she quickly found herself caught in an ankle lock by her opponent. Ripley fought out, blocked an attempt cheap shot from Sane, watched the Kabuki Warriors crash into each other, and rolled up Asuka for the win. A quick roll. After the match, the loser blinded Ripley with a blue mist, and again ordered Sane to attack. This time, she did. The 2-on-1 beatdown ensued until Io Sky made the save. She tried to talk some sense into Asuka. And of course, talking some sense into people was not going to happen. But after a fiend hug, she ate a nasty spinning back fist. Sane hesitantly attacked Sky, and the heels left the former Women's World Champions lying to close out the show. Now, it's funny because this right here, the whole Asuka heel turn shit, it's not really a heel turn, but the whole, Asuka Kairi Sane, turning on Io was supposed to happen back in, back when they were going to do a tag team match together. So, now we're getting it here on full display, and it worked. Graded an A because, of course, how excellent of a match this was. I mean, and Ripley does not get many of these televised singles matches at this point, but when she does, Triple H and the creative team do a great job presenting them as something special. Giving this the main event slot was the right call. So, yeah. How did this show do? Well, coming off of WrestlePalooza, honestly, it wasn't that bad. See, this did not have to be the spectacle, hype, or star power of WrestlePalooza, but dare it be said, this was better and more consequential show than that. Rollins and Rhodes promo topping the broadcast was strong and set the stakes for a high stake match with plenty of backstory. Jey Uso's continued descent into the desperate, self-centered tribal chief has been a fun new twist to his story, and the main event continued the trend of women's wrestling, oftentimes being the best element of WWE programming. Because why not? Sprinkle in the latest of the new incarceration of Bayley, an understated but excellent showing from JD McDonough, and a chaotic crash course of a 6-man tag team match, and you got a show full of fucking gold. It is almost as if WWE is at its best when it stays focused and delivers rather than trying too hard to produce a spectacle, which is true. So hopefully they do so in Parth. Any matches or anything that go see out of your way, go check out Ripley and Asuka. Go check out LA Knight and Jey Uso. If I were you, I'd watch the Bayley Lyra match, or Bayley Roxanne match. The promo from, of course, Vakir, and go watch the opening of the show, because it opens and closes, and it opens and it closes in a really good way to set up their match for Crown Jewel. So, that was Monday Night Raw. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I thought it was great, but of course I was watching Monday Night Football, so. But again, I had flipped back through the channels, and I got bored right about here, the Bayley match. So, again, I had to just watch clips. But again, go out of your way and watch it. It's worth it. Yeah, so I will see you guys. Lewis will see you guys tomorrow in the morning when he does his football review for what happened on week 3. And I will see you guys on Saturday for a SmackDown summary. Peace!